We're live. We're live. We're alive. It lives. It's going crazy. It's Doodle. Come here, Doodle. Come here. Come here. It's easier if you go crazy here than you go crazy there. There we go. It's Doodle, the Prince of Dogness, everybody. Welcome once and all. How about one and all? Once and again. Welcome to our Trippy Food live stream. We're doing another grab bag. Where's my grab? I left my grab bag over there. I'll have to get that. Looks like we got Tom in the room. Tom's the early bird. No, it's 0 to 5 o'clock Charlie. So we are Charlieing right now. We have Miguel Rangel in the room. We have Ice Hand in the room. All right, so it's starting to become a party. And we have Doodle, the Prince of Darkness. Isn't he adorable? He's just so adorable. So he's gonna take over for me. So I have to go out. I have to do something. But Doodle's gonna take over the rest of the live stream, and he's gonna be with you for the next 2 hours. Isn't that right, Doodle? Isn't that right? Oh, I don't know if you noticed the little tongue thing. That means he wants a snack. No loyalty whatsoever. His loyalty lies with snacks. I can't say I blame him. So before we really get into it and heavily started and everything, how is the audio? How is the video? Everything okay? Everything working okay? There you go, dude. You can have that small piece. There he goes. And off he goes. But he'll be back. I know him. There seems to me that there's a lag between the audio and the video, but it could, hopefully that's just on my end. Janice Yamanaka is here. Now it's a party. See and hear you just fine. And there's no syncing issues. We're getting audio and visual together, right? Everything's good? Everything looks good. All right, beautiful. That's what I love to hear. It is another bright and sunny day here in Southern California, and I'm lying. It is, what's the temperature? Hang on one second. I can tell you that. It is currently, it's probably the high of the day. Right now it is 61 degrees. It is cloudy. There is a what percent chance of rain? A 99, no, that's tomorrow. 17% chance of rain. So we could get rain. 61 degrees, really, really nice. It's kind of a good precursor to February, because in February, most of the month, I'm going to be in the Boston area, going to be in Trippy Food East. So we'll be doing a lot of stuff with Julie and Trippy Food East. Hey, Sean is here. Welcome, Sean. Glad you could make it from Germany. Welcome. Yeah, we'll be doing some live streams, and we'll also be filming some episodes from the Boston area with Julie and Trippy Food East. So there should be a lot of fun in February. What else we have coming up? We have a bunch of stuff coming up. I think I have two Do You Know What I Memes that I filmed with Tom. And one of them came out, I think one of them came out last week, and I got 2 more, and those are being edited, so they'll hopefully have those up soon. We have a couple of viewers' choice coming up. I think we have one coming out Monday, if I'm not mistaken. And we have, we're going to be filming, I think next week, if I'm not mistaken, next week we're going to be filming with Matt. So we're going to be doing some collaborations with Matt. We'll be doing some Trippy Food stuff, and we're doing some reckless eating stuff. We did film some reckless eating stuff with Matt. Was that last week? Was it last week or the week before? I can't remember. So we've got some of those. Those will be trickling out on reckless eating, I imagine. He's still editing. We did the last We Go main show. Oh, when was that? Early December, maybe? And he's still editing that. So maybe it was even earlier than December, I think. So yeah, a lot of stuff. I have a lot of stuff to edit. But everything's, oh, thank you, Janice. Everything looks good. Let's see. Somebody texted me. This must be an important problem only I can take care of. Let's take a look. It is, I earned a shopper reward. Oh, that's nice. That doesn't really seem important. Okay, there we go. And then, political stuff that I get. And I just delete and report as junk. Because, I don't care. 28 degrees in New Jersey, freezing my buttocks off. Wow, 28 Fahrenheit. So that is, I mean, it gets colder. But that is cold. So, yeah, that's what I have to look forward to next month when I go up to the Boston area, is freezing my tuchus off. So, but I love winter. I love having a winter. Here in Southern California, the only 4 seasons they have here are fires, mudslides, earthquakes, and riots. That's it. Those are the 4 seasons here in Southern California. But anyways, glad you guys could make it. So we have like, what, 9 in the room? Yeah, we get a little bit of time to build up. Oh, also, I just wanted to let you know that pretty soon I am actually going to be filming. I'm going to see if I can get Matt to do it with me, but I'm going to actually film the goop melange, the actual goop melange from The Odd Couple. So, but I have some research to do because nobody really tells you what's in it. So very, very few, websites tell you what's in it. I might have to contact Paramount on that, or I think somebody did some, watched the episode, which was it is actually from the last episode of The Odd Couple, and I'm talking about The Odd Couple TV show with Jack Klugman and Tony Randall. So not the season finale, but the very last show of the series, Felix gets married, and in the show, Oscar makes a dish with stuff that he knows Felix hates, and so to prove to Miriam, his ex-wife, I think no, it's Miriam, his girlfriend, I can't remember. Gloria Gloria was Oscar's wife. I can't remember. Anyways, to prove to his ex-wife that he's worth taking back and he's not as picky as he used to be, he eats this goop melange that Oscar made, and so I'm going to try to make that, and that'll be a dinner and a movie that we'll be doing soon. So a lot of stuff coming up, a lot of fun stuff coming up. We'll wait for a few more people to come into the room. So I guess you aren't going to the Riverside County Fair and Date Festival. You'll be in Boston. Yeah, probably not. But the thing about it is so we did that with you, obviously, Janice, the Riverside County Date Festival. We did that. We did the LA County Fair several times. We did the Orange County Fair several times. We did the San Diego Fair once with Reckless Eating. We have not yet done the Ventura County Fair, but we should be doing that. So the thing is, Janice, if I miss that we've done it one year, and that's okay if we miss it. So hopefully, and Janice, if you're going, you'll have to let me know. But if you do go, let me know if they bring back, because they did last year. They didn't have the camel races or the animal races. So basically, they had camel races. I did get to ride a camel though, and you can see that if you check out the episode that we did at the Riverside County Fair of me riding a camel. But they had camel races. They had ostrich races. They had zebra races, and they had emu races, which weren't so much races as much as it was kids chasing emus with sticks around the track. And so, hopefully they'll bring that back. And then they have the racing pigs, of course. But I think every one of the fairs, every one of the Southern California fairs have the racing pigs. So there, go figure. Do you remember that Penny Marshall was on the show as Oscar's secretary? Yeah, he used to call Oscar Mr. M. Yeah, Mr. M. And she had that laugh. So I do remember that. And I think so. Penny Marshall was actually Gary Marshall's brother, and if I'm not mistaken, Gary Marshall was produced that show. If I'm not mistaken, and there was one episode, I can't remember which one, that Gary Marshall actually showed up on the show as Penny Marshall's brother on the show, and was Penny Marshall's brother in real life. Both of them, it is. Ralph Wiggum has joined us. So where is the rest of the Simpsons crew that's usually here? Maybe it's easier for them on a Saturday because they're in the U of K. So the great old U of K. So, but welcome, Ralph. Glad you could make it. All righty. How was your week? How was your weeks? How was yours week? I don't know how to say that. How was the week for all of you? Did you guys have a great week? I have a lot of friends that are going through some tough times right now. A lot of negativity, a lot of bad things have happened, especially from like Matt and the Reckless Eating crew, who lost a good friend of theirs from Dude, Where's My Challenge? So I'm not going to get too much into that because I'm going to give people some space to process that. But they lost a good friend from Challenge, and we'll just, like I said, I don't know a lot of the details. I don't know what's going on, and I'm just going to give people some space for mourning, or and we'll just leave it at that. So, but just prayers for strength for them, for those who lost their good friend. So, Rob Reiner was married. Oh, that's right, married, and also showed up on the show. Yeah, those shows are kind of incestuous like that. I mean, not in the literal sense, but in the the figurative sense. It's kind of like what's her name? The comedian. She was in Bridesmaids. What is her name? But so she was married to the air marshal. She's married to the guy who played the air marshal, and I think in every movie she's in, he shows up in the movie. Somewhere in the movie, he shows up in the movie. So they're always in the movie together. But what was her name? Somebody help me out here. She was in Bridesmaids. She was Melissa McCarthy. Melissa McCarthy. Yeah. I was going to say she used to play Sean Spicer on Saturday Night Live, which was pretty funny. So she did a great job of that. But again, how is everybody doing? I didn't see everybody saying that they were doing okay. But like I said, it's a rough week for a lot of people, and hopefully things will get better. So we have our usual. Let's see. I got to get my. Bear with me 1 second because I have to actually get my grab bag. Because if we're going to be doing a grab bag, we need a grab bag. And we have a few things from Cost Plus World Market. We have some stuff from Vallarta Supermarket, and we have some stuff from the dollar store. We're doing fine. That is good to hear, Janice. Oh, thank you, Janice. Janice just posted the link for the Riverside County Fair. So if you guys want to check that out and you want to watch me ride a camel, there's the link that she just posted. Thank you, Janice. On top of it, as always, I have hiccups. This didn't help. I don't think it helped. All right, there we go. We're good. We're good now. We're good. We're okay. So we have brought back Richard Simmons again because once again we have a adult beverage with a bottle cap that I wish to keep. So we're gonna wait another, let's say 3 minutes. We'll go at 1:15 and we'll get started. We have our usual. I think we have 8 snacks, if I'm not mistaken. In our World Market grab bag. And you can hear like a lot of rustling in there. That's because we have a lot of like chip stuff. We'll have four like chip snack stuff, and then 4 that I think are going to be really interesting things. So we'll just put that over there. So we'll do adult beverage, 4 snacks, soft drink, 4 snacks, and Coupe Mélange. I think we'll have time to do everything, so it should be fun. We have our trivia cards here, which reminds me, I wonder how the Cassandra's doing, because I think that was like one of her big favorites was us doing the cards. So hopefully she'll show up, and we are going to be doing the cards. The cards, once again, given to us by Julie Coots from Trippy Food East. Did you put the grab bag in a box? Yes, I put it in a box and a can. So there's a box in the can in the bag. That would be fun. Kind of nested like that. JDSR 1828. So I'm guessing from the JD that maybe it's John. Am I correct that you are John? John JDSR or JD Senior? JD. Yes, it is. Okay, well, welcome, John. Our friend John. You all know John. John Demney in the room. Unless you were trying to be, unless you were trying to be anonymous, and I just blew it. And in that case, I'm sorry. Oh, Dallas is typing. Why, yo, DJ, what's up? DJ in the room. Grandson Dallas also in there. So welcome, Dallas. I'm glad you could make it. It'd be nice to have you here, right here. So anytime, my door is open. I mean, literally, it's open. You can see the door right there. It's open. Dallas, you're always welcome to pop in as you see fit. So it's what's 1:14. We might as well get started. So we're going to start with our adult beverage, but before we do, we're going to read a card. So our first question is this: which pastry is used to make baklava? Again, which pastry is used to make baklava? So that goes over there, and let's get started with our adult beverage. So today we have a Belgian beer, And so this is Bavik Super Pils. It is 5.2 ABV, which is, it's about average, something like that. It is from, I'm going to probably slaughter the pronunciation. I don't speak very good Belge or whatever it is, the language that they call it. Brouwerge, I guess, Brouwerge de Brabander. Brouwerge de Brabander. It was founded in 1894 by Adolphe de Brabander in Bavik, Belgium. That's a mouthful. That's a lot to have to say. So this is a Super Pils. It's a Pilsner, and it is from Belgium. And I think I got this at Cost Plus World Market. So everybody, please welcome back Richard Simmons. Now we have a crowd coming in at halftime. Nice. Wish I could join you. That would be nice. But have fun and have a soft drink for me, and I will have this beer. Saving the bottle cap. It smells like beer. Julie is not here to rate my pour, which is unfortunate, but maybe she'll join us later. I think I talked to her earlier in the week, and she said she was going to try to join us today, so hopefully she will. Unless she snuck into the room while I was talking. That's possible. Ice Hand, I'm glad you're here. Did you get, I sent you back an email, that thing that you sent me, the thing you sent me to review, and I gave you a couple of brief notes and everything. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I thought you could expand that, and that would be fun too. So didn't know if you got the message that I did take a look at that. See, because of this is the Trippy Food Beer Tornado Glass, you can see what's going on inside there. Because of the nucleation, thank you, Janice, of that little etching on the bottom of there, it causes the bubbles and it makes a big head. So I wish I should have brought in a straw so I could work my way through this foam. I don't know that there's let's see if we can do this. Let's see if that helps, if we can kind of liquefy that foam. I think I'm making it worse, is it actually, if you want to know the truth. I think I'm making it worse. Foam's not bad. Julie is in the room. Julie, you just missed a pour. You could have rated my pour. I just did a pour. We were just talking about you. Your ears must have been burning. Welcome, Julie. And I was just mentioning to the family out here that we'll be doing we'll be doing some live streams and filming some episodes at Trippy Food East when I'm there in February, which I'm very much looking forward to. I mean, and seeing you, of course, you and the grandkids and my mom and family. Cheers. That's really smooth. It's very light. It's not. There's hardly any bitterness in that. It's kind of it's very light. It does have a beer flavor and everything. That is like light enough that you could the problem with IPAs is sometimes IPAs are light, but it does have that bitterness and that kind of acid from the hops. And so you would serve it with stuff that you want to cut, you want to cut the flavor of like fish and stuff like that. This is a good snacking beer. So this is a good beer, like if you're sitting in a bar, you order this beer and you're eating some snacks and everything, this is the perfect beer for that. And it also really it's unobtrusive, and it'll go with just about anything. I don't know that I would serve it with beer because it want something with a stronger, beef, I'm sorry, with beef or something like that. I would probably want something with stronger flavor and everything. But really, this would go with just about anything. So that is going to get, I know what I forgot. I forgot my thumb. That's going to get a big thumbs up. So, yeah. Did I miss anybody? Did anybody sneak in the room while I was busy talking and I missed anybody? Because I don't like to do that. We are still, if I can trust this number up here, there's 11 people in the chat. Well, there's 11 people online, 11 subscribers. I don't know. I don't know what that number really means, but there's 11. It says there's 11 people. And right now we're kind of, it's easy to keep up. Or I think it's easy to keep up. It's easy to keep up if I don't miss something, if I'm not yapping and I miss something. So if that's possible, I mean, if it happens, if somebody asks me a question or somebody makes a statement that I really should comment on, please, Janice or Julie or Tom or anybody, just bring it to my attention. Let me know that somebody asked me a question and I didn't answer it. Because right now it's manageable. Right now we have what do we have? We got close to 5,500 subscribers. And on any given time when we're doing a live stream, maybe we have max 30 at one point in time. I watch like Reckless Eating's live streams or LA Beast live streams, and LA Beast, there's thousands of people watching. And so the comments just fly up, and it's really, really easy for him to miss it. That's why sometimes if I leave a comment on like LA Beast live stream and he doesn't see it or he doesn't respond to it, I understand completely why. It's just it scrolled off the screen before he's had a chance to see it. So I don't get upset about it. But on a personal level, I don't want to do that with you guys. We're small right now and we're manageable right now. So I want to make sure that I get to everything that, every question you guys ask, every statement you guys make, everything that deserves a response from me. And so just keep me honest. And if I miss anybody, please let me know. Making a giant soup hasn't been, but 20, yeah, that's always great soup weather. Good pho weather. Oh, Julie, speaking of pho, I think Tom Surratt posted a picture of a place in Keene, which he lives, Keene, New Hampshire, and it's like pho Keene something. I can't remember what it was, but that's probably worth a try or worth a shot while we're there. We'll have to do that. Hit that like button. Be one of the cool kids. It's fun, and you don't get hurt, and you don't have to change your clothes. A very good beer. All right. So let's go back to our question. Our question was, hey, Greg Wells, it's the man of the future. So, future boy, tell me who's president in 2024. Welcome, Greg. Good to see you, as always. From the land down under. Which pastry is used to make baklava? You guys said, let's see. Janice said phyllo dough, and Janice looks like the only person who answered the question. And it isn't, of course, phyllo dough. So unless somebody else answered the question, I missed it, and I apologize for that if that's the case. Did you know? It's a known fact that Lincoln loved mayonnaise. Did you know baklava is known to be the ancestor of strudel? Toaster strudel. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that commercial for toaster strudel. It's one of the creepiest commercials ever. So there's this kid sitting there at breakfast, and he's going, worst day ever. And then this blonde-haired Germanic kid in lederhosen is at the end of the table going, toast the strudel. And he goes, best day ever. It's creepy. It's creepy in a number of ways. So I don't know if you guys have seen that commercial. To me, it's one of the creepiest commercials I've seen. Strudel and schnitzel with noodle. Good morning. No, good morning. Yeah, I guess good morning, Greg. Happy Monday to you, Greg. Glad you could join us. I don't know if you're joining us from work or not, but thank you for joining us, and it's always good to see you. Glad you can make it. I'll never say no to trying new pho. Exactly. I mean, I was gonna say, can you ruin pho? I bet you can. I bet you can ruin anything. I mean, so here's a good question. Now, let me throw this out there to you guys. What is one food or drink? I'm going to say food or drink. What is one food or drink that you think is impossible to ruin? Just throw it out there. One food or drink that you think is impossible to ruin. I will tell you, hamburgers is not one. Hot dogs is not one, and pizza is not one. It is very, very easy to ruin any of those three. But if you guys can think of a snack or a food or whatever food or drink that you can't ruin, it's impossible to ruin, let me know. Let me know what it is. Nothing was creepier than the little lad who loves berries and green commercials. There's some creepy commercials out there. They're just water. Yeah, water. I guess it can't. No, you can ruin water. You can ruin water. Like you're drinking out of a pond or the toilet or something. You can ruin it. Tea is difficult to ruin. Tea is difficult to ruin. I get. No, you know what? And I take that back, because if you're making like a black tea and you leave the tea bag in too long or not long enough, you can ruin a good cup of tea. So you can get the tannins in there, not Biff tannin. You can get the tannins in there which makes it really, really bitter, or you leave it in. I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, if you take it out too soon, you get more caffeine. If you leave it in too long, you get more of the tannins, which makes it really, really bitter. So, it's easy to, you can ruin tea. So you can actually ruin tea. All right, let's go on to our first snack. So that means it's time for a question. I told you a question. The question is, what spirit is used in sangria? I'm going to disagree with them on this one. So you guys let me know what you think it is. And I'm going to take your answer if I think your answer is correct, as opposed to what it says on this card, because I think what it says on this card is incorrect. But what spirit is used in sangria? All righty. Julie, what is that link for? I can't click on it. Enjoy. Oh, that's the commercial. Okay, I will definitely have to watch that. Julie, do me a favor. Can you text me that link? Because what's going to happen is by the time I get a chance to look at it, I'm not going to be able to do it because it's going to be in the chat somewhere. Also, I can't do it live. Like Matt, if I was using Streamlabs, I would be able to do it. I would probably be able to click on the link and then we could share it with everybody. But I'm not using Streamlabs because I'm just doing it myself, so we can't do that. But definitely send it back. All right, let's see. I'm going to leave this up to you. So again, we have kind of chippy, snacky kind of stuff, and then we have some foodie kind of stuff. What do you want to start with? What would you like to start with? You want to start with foodie kind of stuff or snacky kind of stuff? Oh, my phone is going off, which means there is a issue that only I can take care of. No, it's just Julie sending me that link that I asked for. Thank you, Jules. We're all on. It's halftime. Hey, I'm the halftime show. Woohoo! I'm honored, John. I'm a halftime show. Yes, you do have to do what I tell you, Julie. Actually, technically, I mean, yeah, I am your father, but still, you're an adult, so you don't really have to do what I tell you, even if I am your father.
I am your father.
All right, foodie stuff. Janice says foodie stuff. Icehan says foodie stuff. Let's start with the foodie stuff, and then we'll finish up with the snacky stuff. There's some really interesting stuff here. I think I'm going to start with this because I'm fascinated by this. This is a can of jackfruit, and this is from Mementa. Hard to read that white writing on the light green can. It's a good thing I write this stuff down. Oh, let's see. Where are we? Mementa. Mementa jackfruit in brine with lime. So this is the fresh jackfruit. It's in brine. It also has lime in it. You can use it to cook with it, or you can just eat it as is, and we're just going to eat it as is. I'm trying to think of, we've done jackfruit stuff before. I think we did pulled jackfruit, like the barbecue pulled jackfruit. I think we've done this on one of the live streams before. Jackfruit gets used for a bunch of stuff. You can have jackfruit ice cream. You use it for just about anything. Some people say it has a strong smell, sort of like durian. It's not quite as strong as durian. If you've ever seen a fresh jackfruit, those things grow pretty big. I think it is the largest tree-borne fruit, because they can get this big. They're not the largest fruit because what is the largest fruit? Come on, guys, don't let me down. What is the largest fruit? Somebody put it in there. What is the largest fruit? J&D Music. Wow, Val is live. Now, I think the J&D Music is also part of the halftime group watching, so welcome, J&D Music. Let's see, DJ here too. Yo, DJ, what's up? Brine and lime sounds like a country music duo or a drink. It does sound like a drink. No, coconuts is not the largest fruit. Watermelon is not the largest fruit. All right, so when you cut open a jackfruit, you kind of have that kind of smooth, creamy part of the jackfruit that has the seed in it, and then there's kind of a pulpy part that's around it, and that's the part that usually people cook with, is that pulpy part. This looks like it's the pulpy part. Pulpy part? Pulpy part. Yes, Julie is correct. The pumpkin is the largest fruit. And people say pumpkin is not a fruit, it's a vegetable. No, it's a fruit because it has seeds in it. It is actually a fruit. There we go. I don't know if you guys can, I would like to hold that up, but it's dripping all over the place and it will drip all over the keyboard, but let's see if we can do this. Let's see, can we do that? Can get you a better view of that? That's a chunk of jackfruit right there. It has the texture of hearts of palm. If you've never eaten hearts of palm, you don't know what I'm talking about. When you have, you do know what I'm talking about. I can kind of see why people use this as kind of a meaty substitute for pork or something like that, because it doesn't really have a really strong flavor. You know, a very, very mild flavor, but an interesting texture. Like I said, it's kind of the texture. The texture is kind of like a cross between artichoke and hearts of palm. It was a nice texture. It has a very, very mild flavor, and I can see that, like, depending on what sauce you cook this with, is going to take on that flavor. So by itself, it's just like I said, it's not this really crazy, you know, flavor. That it does say lime, but there's not a lot of lime in it. It doesn't have a lot of lime flavor, but it's still a good, really interesting texture, really interesting, you know, very mild taste, and that's going to get a big thumbs up. So there we go. Looks jacky and fruity. Jackfruit tamales. I've never had jackfruit tamales. Where do you get those, John? That sounds really good. Have you had jackfruit tamales? I would love to see that. Okay, John saying Mrs. Trippy here, so that's Claudia. So Julie says hi, Claudia. So hi, Claudia. Hi. Yes, I'm going to clean up afterwards, I promise. Guess who has to be on blood pressure medication? I'm going to guess it's Kaylee that has to be on blood pressure medication, which sucks. But, you know, medication, I suppose, is good for you because you want to get better. So, but welcome, Kaylee. We have not seen you in a while, but you're always welcome here. It's good to see you. Know, welcome back. The question, I'm reading another question. I didn't even answer that last one. The question was, what spirit is used in sangria? Let's see what the guesses were. The guesses were, I see. Okay, Ice Hand says wine. Miguel, let me try that in English. I didn't have that much beer, honest. Miguel Rangel says brandy. Janice Yamanaka says red wine. It looks like those are the only answers. Now, I'm going to say everybody's right. And the reason I'm going to say it is because who was it that said brandy? Miguel Rangel said brandy. That's what the card says. The card says brandy. Now, I will tell you that I have had sangria. I've had sangria in Spain, and it's never made with I've never had it made with anything besides red wine. It's always been made with red wine whenever I've had it. So, did you know sangria derives, I think it's supposed to say derives from, sangria derives from the word sangre, which means blood and refers to its dark color. Yeah, so brandy is not necessarily that dark and that thick. So I don't know. I mean, you know, maybe somewhere in Spain they are drinking sangria made with brandy, but I've never had it made with anything besides red wine. So there we go. Had the flu close to a month back. I think I got it from the grandson or house guest. Oh, so you know, my condolences to you on the loss of your grandson and your house guest, so, or you know, whoever got you sick. There we go. Mainly on the plane. That's right. In the rain. All right, so let's ask another question. I like that jackfruit. Sweetened milk is slowly heated to make which Spanish confection? And it's not just Spanish. Let's call it Latin American. All right. Sweetened milk is slowly heated to make which Spanish confection? We're going to call it Latin American confection. So I'm going to put that over there. And let's get another foodie item and save our snacky item. I think we're going to do these next and get these out of the way because I don't think these are going to be awesome. These are Libby's. If it says Libby's on the label, you will, what is it? You will find it on your table. If it says Libby's on label. I don't think many of you in the live chat are old enough to remember those commercials, the old Libby's commercial. Maybe Tom, maybe John. Do you remember the commercials, John? Or Tom? Libby's commercials? If it says Libby's on the label. No? Is it just me? I got a Mothra Squishmallow for Christmas, which was cool. Also watched Gamera last night. What is a Mothra Squishmallow? It sounds like, to me, it sounds like a snack. It sounds like a marshmallow snack that's shaped like Mothra. Or like Mothra in his caterpillar form. Mothra, for those of you who aren't into Japanese monster movies, was the giant moth. But I think he started out as a caterpillar. So there we go. Oh, Janice, you remember those commercials? Cool. You underestimate my ancientness, I remember. Maybe so, Ice Hand. I just didn't know if you remember the commercials. Oh, all these people remember it. Julie sort of remembers it, but she remembers the run to the bathroom instead. Little guys are good, just grill them. So it's funny you mentioned that, John. So, John, you might recognize that. Do you recognize this right here that I'm pointing to right there, which is a little tiny Weber grill? So, John gave me this little tiny Weber grill, and I said, I'm actually going to use that. So if you go back to, I'm trying to remember what year it was, we did a 4th of July episode, an Independence Day episode, where we actually cooked on that Weber grill. And we used Vienna sausages in place of hot dogs, and we made tiny little burgers. So, and I think it was Tiny Val's backyard grill for Independence Day. So that's fine. I was born in 1992, so I don't think I remember that all. No, probably not. I think it was the 70s when that came out. Tiny sausages. That's right. Just like Don Ho used to sing. Tiny sausages in the wine. So, I mean, this is not a big deal. I don't know if we've ever done Vienna sausage. I know Tom has with oysters and blue cheese dressing and chocolate sauce. Oh, we did that too. But this was Vienna sausage with barbecue sauce. So it was different. I thought we would give it a try. So for those who do not know, where is that? Libby's. Libby's was founded in 1869 by Archibald McNeil and Arthur and Charles Libby, brothers, in Chicago of Illinois. So, a lot of ofs there. Doesn't that look good? I will tell you, these are always better heated up. These are always good, like if you grill them in a pan or something, always better. They're not great. Yeah, they're definitely not great. Almost tastes like bologna. And that barbecue sauce is really weak. It tastes more like tomato sauce. It's not even like sweet like a barbecue sauce. I was going to say I should eat another one, but I'm going to save it for the goût mélange, and I'm going to maybe put those in a pan and heat them up later on and see if it improves it at all. I'm going to give it a thumbs down. I'm going to give it a thumbs down because it doesn't improve. I was thinking barbecue sauce is going to make it better, and it doesn't. Like I said, it's a very weak barbecue sauce that tastes like tomato sauce. It doesn't improve it. It's still the underlying flavor of the Vienna sausage is still there. It's not good. It's not better. If anything, it's worse. So I'm going to say thumbs down on that one. But we gave it a shot. You should always give it a shot. And so here's something I'm going to tell you guys. Don't take my word for it. If you have a chance to try any of these things that I tried today or on any other live stream or even in the episodes that we film, if you have a chance to try it, do so. Because we all have different taste buds. We all have different, different likes and dislikes and things that set us off and things that don't, things that we love. So by all means, I'm just bringing this to your attention. I'm telling you what my take is on it and everything, but you might have a different take. So use this as an idea, as a starting point and everything, but definitely try these things because you might have a completely different take on it than I do. Now, I will tell you that Vienna sausage is very similar to hot dogs, or close to hot dogs, and hot dog is my comfort food, right? So remember we talked before about foods that you can't ruin. Hot dogs you can easily ruin. Here's a classic example. But again, they think you call them sausages. Did you guys answer that question? I don't remember seeing a lot of answers when I asked that, like what foods can't you ruin? I don't think I think people just said water and tea. I don't think there were a lot of I think there was a lot of stuff in there. Oh, thank you very much, Janice. So Janice just posted the link for Val's Tiny Val's Cookout Labor Day 2020 episode. So if you watch that, you can watch me cooking Vienna sausage, grilling Vienna sausage on the Tiny Weber grill. That was a gift from John Debney. So thank you, John. That was fun. All right. Okay, so the card. You can ruin any food or drink. I think that's absolutely right, Janice. I can't think of a single one that you can't ruin. I would take that back. I would say you can't. It's really hard to ruin something that's bad from the beginning, right? So they're like, have you ever eaten something where you say, I think that's gone bad, and you go like, no, that started out bad. It hasn't gone bad. It was always bad. So it's hard to. It depends on what that breakfast is, Kaylee. So Kaylee says it's very hard to ruin breakfast. I don't know. I mean, like, let's say you like eggs over easy and somebody makes them over hard. Somebody breaks the yolk. You don't like the egg yolk broken. Well, then you've ruined those eggs, right? Toast, if you like your toast light, some people like your toast dark. Some people don't like their toast dark, but they don't like it burnt. So you can burn the toast. Breakfast cereal, maybe that one's a little bit harder to ruin. Because I think you're going to put in it what you want to put in it. So like some people add sugar to breakfast cereal. I think you have to because most breakfast cereals already have a lot of sugar in them, but some people put sugar on top of them, and that's okay. But I think with some breakfast cereals, the thing is, you ask if you can ruin them. Some of them start out bad. So I don't know. But breakfast is probably, yeah, I think I would agree with you. It's harder to ruin. Again, it depends on to what degree. Like bacon. Well, again, the question is, can you ruin bacon? I suppose if it's undercooked, it could be a little bit chewy, and if it's burnt, it's like bad. It's not good when it's burnt. So I don't know. I'm kind of like thinking Janice is right when she says you can ruin any food or drink. But there we go. But I've gone to a diner where that happened. What, they ruined breakfast? Exactly. Is it possible to ruin a Carl? That was my point exactly, Janice. It's like you say, like, oh my God, this Carl's gone bad. No, it hasn't. It started out bad. It's not going to get worse. Well, I take that back. If you leave it out, and maybe it stops fermenting, and maybe actually starts like growing mold or something, maybe it's possible to ruin it. But most people don't keep it that long. You're going to either eat it or throw it away. So so it might not be possible to ruin a Carl because it starts out bad. It's not that hard to ruin breakfast: burnt pancakes, overcooked eggs, lumpy oatmeal. Exactly right, Tom. Exactly right. Yes, Julie, because it is beyond ruined from the start. As if Claudia is still on, I don't know if she's responding or Dallas is doing all the responses and everything, but she will tell you that not only can you not ruin a Carl, but a Carl can ruin your apartment. So she will tell you that directly. Didn't Carl make Gordon Ramsay throw up? Probably. A lot of those guys are like kind of like wusses when it comes to stuff like that. Like Andrew Zimmern. Andrew Zimmern ate Hakarl like cut right off the shark. So they were hanging Greenland shark in Iceland on an episode that he did, and they cut a piece off for him to try, and he tried it, and he goes, "This is hardcore. If you don't like ammoniated stuff and really hardcore stuff, you're not going to like this." But at the same time, Andrew Zimmern cannot eat durian. He every time he's tried to eat durian, he puts it in his mouth and he immediately spits it out. Immediately, he cannot eat durian. While on the other hand, Anthony Bourdain loved durian. So although Anthony Bourdain did say about durian, it will give you breath like you just French kissed your dead grandmother. So, and that's pretty accurate. But don't know how many times he barfed. I don't either, but it was spoiled scallops. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, spoiled scallops will do it every time. Like bad seafood will make you sick every time. Bad seafood and improperly prepared chicken. Those two things will make you sick more than anything else. What about surströmming? Again, it doesn't. Well, okay. I'm going to say surströmming doesn't necessarily go bad per se. Some people think that it starts out bad. I don't mind surströmming. Again, it has a really, really strong. The things with the really strong smell, I can't think of anything that I just like have a hard time getting past the smell. Hakarl was challenging. It was very challenging, but surströmming, stinky tofu, durian, for me, it's not really that challenging. I recognize that it's not a wonderful smell, but it doesn't prevent me from being able to eat it. But surströmming is like, I would like to redo surströmming, because if you guys remember, it was one of the earlier episodes that we've actually filmed. When we did surströmming, it was over fermented. And when I say over fermented, it was fermented so that like there was no, when you open up a can of surströmming, it should have like a fish fillet in there, where you can you can put the fish fillet on the lefts, which is the flatbread with all the trimmings and stuff like that, and you do it the proper way. The problem was the one that we got was probably older and the fish had broken down. So we ended up having to wrap everything in the lefts and dip it in the can to get the flavor of the surströmming. And the problem with doing that is it's packed in brine, so you're getting that salty brine in addition to the flavor of the fish and everything. But I would love to redo surströmming where I'm getting like a fresher can where you still have the whole fillets and do it that way. I just feel like I didn't get to do it properly and everything. I would love to redo those. I smelled aloe once. It smelled like fart. Really? That's bizarre. That's strange. Andrew Zimmer does hate walnuts and Spam, but it's not so much a thing like he can't eat it, or he just doesn't want to eat it. He won't eat walnuts and Spam, because I saw he did an episode in Hawaii where he refused Spam, and they're like, why? He says, I don't like it. And it's like, what are you, 4? Are you 4 years old? You're Andrew Zimmern. You're the bizarre foods guy. Eat the stupid Spam. Eat the Spam. I happen to like Spam, but that's just me. Wow. Okay. So the question was, sweetened milk is. Wait, did I just ask the question and not do the snack? Did one snack? Did 2 snacks? Is the question. I don't remember if I asked this question before we did the snack or after we did the snack, and that was for the next snack. So I'll go ahead and answer that since I already asked the question. Sweetened milk is slowly heated to make which Spanish confection? Because I did say Latin American, and it is dulce de leche, which means sweet milk, or sweet of milk, milk of sweet. I don't know. Dulce is sweet, de is of, leche is milk. So loosely translated, I think you put the adjective in front. That would be like milk sweet, milk of sweet. I don't know. It's weird. Did you know dulce de leche derives its caramel flavor from the Maillard reaction? Janice, you're going to have to help me out with that Maillard reaction thing. Maillard reaction. I guess it's like nucleation. I don't know what that is. Have you tried balut? I have several times. Did we do a balut episode? Oh, we did an episode with Vietnamese chicken balut, where we made several egg dishes using chicken balut. We did a Tales from the Vaults from an earlier thing where we filmed. I think it was in 2009 when I made Scotch egg balut, and I think we made balut egg salad, if I'm not mistaken. I think one of our more recent episodes was balut egg salad. I think we did make that. So I never just tried balut to eat just balut like it is. Maybe we'll do that for the next live stream. We'll just try balut just as is, because I don't know that we've ever actually done an episode where we just eat balut the way you're supposed to eat balut. But I think we've done like three or more episodes of balut, but we've just done them different ways. Did you also do a haunted Easter thing with it? I think the Easter episode that we did with Matt, where we had roasted Easter bunny and eggs from hell, I think we did, because we had a bunch of different eggs. We had a preserved egg, we had tea egg, I think we had balut, we had a turkey egg, we had a goose egg and stuff like that. So it's possible, Jules, that we actually did do that. I don't remember. Hard pass on the balut. That's too bad, because I was going to do it when we went up there. Next time we go to H Mart when we're up there, and we'll have to see if they have we'll have balut. And you ate what? Balut, which is the fertilized duck egg. Apparently, reindeer eaten in Finland. Yeah, my friend Anshu gets reindeer, and I'm trying to get some from him because I want to do a Christmas like a reindeer stew. So I'm trying to get that reindeer from that. So he gets that. He gets it from, I think he gets it from like Alaska or someplace like that, or maybe like northern Canada. He gets it from. There we go. All right, so that's the card. Hi, Doodle. Doodle, your mom's watching. You want to say hi? You want to say hi? You want to say hi to your mom? You want to say hi? One of those? You can do that. You do that. You've done that before. Doodle, the Prince of Dogness, everybody. Who wants to lick the Vienna sausage off my face? No, we have to pace you, all right? So you can have another snack in a little bit. You even haven't had like food, like big dog food yet. I know, little tongue's going. I'm hungry. Feed me. I will give you a small piece of that, all right? I will give you a small piece of snack. How's that? I was traumatized from that morning working at Children's. It is Doodle. I wish we could bring Doodle with us. I don't think we can, though. Ah, there's Janice with the answer. Maillard reaction produces flavor and aroma during cooking process. Is also called non-enzymatic browning reaction. Sugars react with the amino acids. We learned something new. Thank you, Janice. Here you go, dude. Little piece. Okay, little piece. We got to pace you. You don't want that? I'm going to put it right here. So if you want it, there it is. Whoop, there it is. All right, another question and then another snack. So we got two of the foodie type snacks. Stick them in your nurse. Yeah, in my man bag. That's too small. It's just that little bag right there. That's too small. He wouldn't live. Try reindeer sausage. I'm going to say that I have. I think there was reindeer hot dogs or reindeer sausages that my friend Anshu had made before. We have actually tried those, and they're actually really good. Paella originated in which Spanish city? Again, paella originated in which Spanish city? Let's stick that over there, and let's go for another snack, another foodie snack. Let's do these next. I'm going to do the other one last. So these are from Serpis is the company. No, Serpis is the product line. They are sabores aceitunas rellenas de queso azul. Did anyone catch that? Anyone catch what that was? Sabores aceitunas rellenas de queso azul, which is basically blue cheese stuffed olives in a can. I've never seen them in a can. I've only seen them in a jar. I've never seen them in a can. Serpis as a company. It was actually originally a company. There's another company that actually produces it now or imports it. I think it's Candido Miro, maybe. It's imported. This is a product of Spain. Oh, La Española Meats. La Española Meats in Harbor City, California. They're the ones that import this, but the company is Serpis. Serpis was founded in 1926 by Candido Miro Rabasa in Alcoy, Spain. All right, let's give this a shot. So good. Well, we'll see, Jules. We will see. I love stuffed olives too. I'm trying to think if there's one, like I've had them stuffed with garlic. I've had them stuffed with, pimentos, of course, jalapenos, onion. I'm trying to think of like there's something I have not had them stuffed with because we can always do that. We can always stuff. That's Jules. You know what we should do? We should do an episode where we stuff olives with things that we think will taste good in olives. We should do that. Put that on the agenda. We have a hidden agenda now. You have to like olives. These are tiny. Well, it can't be easy to stuff these with blue cheese. Ooh. Wow. So that's interesting. There's just a hint of blue cheese in there, right? So you bite into it, you get the olive flavor, but then that blue cheese comes up and kicks you in the face. And you go like, that's blue cheese. That's definitely blue cheese. Do another one. I made a stuffed clam appetizer that was a pain to make, but really good. I've made stuffed clams before. I'm trying to think if we did an episode on that. We might be a Tales from the Vaults where we did stuffed clams. But they're really good. If we have not done stuffed clams, when I go to Boston, we will definitely do stuffed clams. I know we've done steamers because we did it with the girls. They didn't like them, steamers. The steamers are a little bit different. And I know we did fried clams because we did fried clams at the place where they were invented, which was, who wants to throw that out there? Where were they invented? Where were fried clams invented? Anybody? Jules, I don't know. Maybe I should not let you answer this because I know you know this, because it's like required if you want to live in Massachusetts, you have to know this. I'm going to give those olives a thumbs up. Those are really good. There's an infinite amount of things that have not been stuffed in olives. Yeah, but there's some stuff that shouldn't be stuffed in olives. Oh, durian stuffed olives. Yeah, durian stuffed olives. We have to do that. And Julie's going, not in my house, you're not. Chicken balut. Oh, thank you, Janice. So Janice, for those of you who, somebody was asking about balut, have we done balut? Janice just posted the chicken balut episode. And then Janice, see if you can find the balut egg salad episode. See if you can find that one too. That one's interesting. But again, if you can't find one that we've actually just eaten balut as balut, then we'll have to either have to do it as an episode, or maybe we'll just do it as a snack on a live stream. So there we go. Hojo invented them. No, Hojo's did not invent them, Ice Hand, but Hojo's did invent clam strips. So the fried clam strips, which is basically they chop up the clams and then they bread them and fry them. That's Hojo's did invent those, the clam strips. They did not invent the fried clams. Yes, Julie got it right. It is Woodman's of Essex. Woodman's of Essex. I want to say 1916. In 1916, invented the fried clam. And if you have not had fried clams, like in Massachusetts, you have not had fried clams, you have not lived until you have had fried clams in Massachusetts. All right, so we did ask the question, the paella question. Was that? I'm losing track here because I get off on a tangent. We start talking about stuff, and I can't remember if I asked the question before I did the olives or afterwards. What do you say? What say you guys? Did I ask the paella question before we opened the olives or after? Which one was it? Do you remember? Anybody? Bueller? Too sweet for an olive. What, a fried clam in an olive? But there has to be some seafoody thing we can stuff in an olive. What would scallop stuffed olives? That would be good. You have to make sure it's cooked. Scallop stuffed olives. We're gonna have to have, Jules. We're gonna have to have like an olive stuffing party, and we're just gonna stuff olives with a bunch of unusual stuff. How about scrapple stuffed olives? What do you think, Jules? Because we're gonna be destroying your kitchen doing this. So, this is up to you. We're gonna have to find the big olives though to be able to stuff those. Thank you very much, Janice. So Janice just posted the balut egg salad episode. So if you want to watch that, just safety warning, it's not pretty to watch. All right. So I think I asked the question and then we did the olives. So I'm going to go ahead and answer that. And if not, whatever. So the question was, paella originated in which Spanish city? It looks like Janice might be the only one who answered. Oh, no. Okay. Kaylee Pokemon Master said Madrid. Janice said Valencia, Spain. Valencia, not the Valencia where Magic Mountain is, but that's not Valencia, Spain. That's Valencia, California, which is actually Santa Clara, not Valencia. So Valencia is like, I'm trying to remember, there's other places around here. Oh, Ventura. Ventura, the city of Ventura, is not actually called Ventura. The actual name of the city is San Buenaventura, but they call it Ventura, and it's on everything. And if you put Ventura on your postcard, it will get there. So there we go. Yeah, so the guesses were, I just said that. What were they? And I missed it. Oh, Valencia and Madrid. It is, in fact, Valencia. Did you know? Did you know? Did you know the name paella is derived from the old French word for pan? Apparently because it's made in a giant pan. I made a stuffed lamb. Oh, okay, we already went that. Make sure I'm caught up. They have tuna olives. Oh, I don't know that we've done tuna olives and anchovy olives. They're nah. Well, because I'm sure that if you buy olives already stuffed with anchovies, they're not good quality anchovies, right? So you get some good quality anchovies and stuff, and they're probably going to be pretty good. So I don't know. Think about that, Jules, and maybe we'll do some olive stuffing when I come up. All right, time for our last snack, or maybe it was already time for our last snack before our soft drink, and I just got lost track. That happens sometimes. Okay, the question is stracciatella. Stracciatella. Okay, stracciatella gelato features shavings of which food? Stracciatella gelato features shavings of which food? They shaved off my beard and forced me to eat it. It's not beard. It's not a beard. Stracciatella gelato features shavings of which food? Alrighty. Time for our last snack before our soft drink and our last foodie type snack. This is from Goya. Goya Foods was founded in 1933 by Prudencio Unanue Ortiz in New York City, New York. This is a product of Mexico, and this is flor de calabaza. Not floor like the floor, like F-L-O-R, not F-L-O-O-R. Flor de calabaza, which is basically squash blossoms. Now, I'm looking at these squash blossoms. I've had squash blossoms before. I've had them actually pressed into pupusas. I've had them stuffed. I've had them grilled. I've never had them like this. This almost looks like a salad-y thing because those look like little onions or something in there. I'm not sure. Oh, and they would put the ingredients in red, black writing on red where you can't read it. Let's see. Is this readable? It is a product of Mexico. We knew that. Ingredients: squash blossoms, water, salt, citric acid, because there's citric acid in everything. And sodium benzoate as a preservative. That's it. Squash blossoms, water, salt, citric acid, sodium benzoate. So it's basically squash blossoms in brine. I dedicated for my 5,000 sub, I'll eat anchovy dessert souffle. Okay, you're kind of on your own with that, Tom, because I don't know how to make a souffle, but it sounds interesting. How far off are you from 5,000? Because we can make that happen. That's worth making it happen. Interesting smell. This is just kind of, see, I have a plate. I'm going to do this over a plate because this is just like dripping everywhere. So the orange that you see in there is actually the blossom itself, and then you have like the stem and the bottom part, or the choke, I guess is what they call that. Let's see if we can get that close where you can see it. Get my big fat head out of the way. Here, we almost got that sweet spot. Where is it? All right, let's give this a shot. Reminds me of something else. It just falls apart. It's not chewy at all. I'm trying to think of what that reminds me of, though. It does remind me of something else. It reminds me of spinach. The texture. It reminds me of spinach that's packed in water. That texture of I guess it's cooked boiled spinach. It kind of has that texture. It's in brine, but it's not too salty. I think you lose a little bit of the flavor though, because squash blossoms definitely have a particular flavor. And I think in the brine, you kind of lose that a little bit. So it's mostly about texture in here. It's a nice vegetable. It's a nice side vegetable. I don't know if it would be, if it's okay heated up or anything, but it is nice. I think it would be nice added to stuff like maybe fried rice. Maybe add this to fried rice or something. Just kind of like get some of the moisture out of that, chop that up a little bit, and mix it with fried rice and everything. That would probably be really good. I don't know about it like being as a side dish. I'm thinking because it's in a jar this small that you probably wouldn't use as a side dish and everything. But it's actually I like it because it's really interesting, interesting texture, interesting taste. I'm a little bit disappointed in that some of the flavor gets lost because it's brined, but it's okay. I'm going to say thumbs up, trending downward a little bit. Again, I just wish it had some more of the flavor, but I like interesting texture, interesting taste, and everything. But some of the brining kind of takes away from that a little. So thumbs up, trending downward. There we go. Okay, long way. Yeah, Janice is right. It does seem to like it does seem to build after your first 1,000 subs. So what is a long way away, Tom? What do you have now? We'll see how fast it happens. I won't hold my breath. Well, you're going to be holding your breath when you eat that anchovy souffle for sure, for certain. The question was stracciatella gelato features shavings of which food? Let's see. Janice Yamanaka says chocolate shavings, and Janice Yamanaka is the only one that answered that. Oh no, Kaylee says cocoa nibs. No, technically you're both correct. It is chocolate. It is in fact chocolate. Did you know that stracciatella was invented by a restaurant in Bergamo in 1961? That's nice. And before you guys say anything, I am mostly Italian. All right. So now it's time for our soft drink. So let's go ahead and read a question. We're sitting there looking at it up there. The question is, what is the Canadian colloquial name for cheese curd? Really? I don't think so, but that's okay. We'll do it. What is the Canadian colloquial name for cheese curd? We have any Canadians out there? I know that that if the Trips were there, they would know that, and I know that if the Cassandra was there, she would know that. So we'll see. Now we're going to try our soft drink, and this is. We'll just leave it up there while we talk about it. See if we can get it where you can see it. There we go. This is Mezzo Mix. Mezzo Mix is a product line. It is from the Coca-Cola company, Coca-Cola, specifically Coca-Cola HBC Austria. So it is specifically made in Coca-Cola in Austria. Mezzo Mix was introduced by Coca-Cola HBC Austria in Vienna, Austria in 1979. The Coca-Cola Company, of course, was founded in 1892 in Atlanta, Georgia, by Asa Griggs Candler. So this is Mezzo Mix, cola, and orange soda. So it's like an orange cola, I guess. So we're going to go ahead and try this. Ice Hand, that is a great guess. The only thing is that is not just cheese curds. So that is cheese curds with the brown sauce and with the French fries. So I think the card is saying, what is the name for just the cheese curds that Canadians call it? Oh, okay. I was expecting this was going to be dark, like cola colored, but there's a little bit of orange to it. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Interesting smell. It does smell like Coke. And I'm guessing the cola is actually Coca-Cola. Ice Hand, you almost made me do a spit take. I usually call my cheese curds Larry. Oh my God, you almost made me do a spit take on that one. That's funny. I'm not getting orange. That orange is so subtle. It's barely noticeable. Sometimes, like you guys see me, and you'll see me do this with these snacky snacks, right? I always open them from the bottom because all the seasoning and everything settles to the bottom. That's why when sometimes I'll review something. Like when I used to review something and I just used to open the bag and just eat them and I go, blah, 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 whatever. It doesn't really have the blah, blah, flavor. And then later on, as I get to the bottom of the bag, I'm like, oh, there it is. There it is. I don't know why. That's why now I open from the bottom, because then you get that flavor right off the bat as opposed to having to work your way to the bottom. And I know people say, just shake the bag, but I don't like broken chips. I don't know that you do, but I do not like broken chips. Hey, John King has just entered the room. Welcome, John. I hope you are feeling better, John. Love you too, John. And obviously you are not invisible. Well, I can't say that for certain. I can see the postings that you're doing, but you might actually be invisible. I don't know. I've never seen a picture of you, and it's possible that people have taken pictures of you, but they can't see you in the picture because you're actually invisible. I don't know. You might be invisible, but we see your posts. Let's put it that way. I'm kind of disappointed in this. I mean, yeah, I guess if you want to admit there's some orange flavor in there, there's a little bit of orange flavor in there, but really I'm getting mostly Coca-Cola flavor in there. I'm going to give that a thumbs down, trending upward. It's not horrible, it's not terrible, but where's the orange? Not there. So thumbs down, trending upward on that one. And so we are mixing our Belgian Pilsner beer with our cola and orange. For some reason, I guess the beer kind of dilutes the effervescence of the carbonation in the soda. There's some there. There's some there, but it's not as much. It's not much. It's not great. I mean, it's not horrible. It's not great. It's kind of like the flavors negate each other. So it tastes like nondescript beer with nondescript soda, and all the flavors disappear. I'm gonna say thumbs down. Again, not thumbs down because it's bad. It's not bad. It's just nothing, But to be fair, you're not supposed to do this, right? We do things that you're not supposed to do. So there we go. What I miss. Val, I love you as my uncle. Uncle Val. Oh, okay. Am I old enough to be your uncle? I don't know that. Also went to New Orleans in November, went to a very famous cafe, Cafe du Monde. Oh, yeah, and you had the chicory coffee, I take it. The chicory coffee and beignets. Did you, Kaylee? Did you have the chicory coffee and the beignets at Cafe du Monde? You can actually buy their coffee. Some grocery stores, some of the larger grocery store chains actually carry Cafe du Monde coffee. But just like if you buy that, just thinking you're bringing coffee, it does have chicory in it, which adds a completely different flavor to it. And if you're not ready for that, you may be surprised and not necessarily pleasantly surprised. So had the beignets, they're so good. They are. I mean, maybe that's something you can't ruin beignets. Maybe unless they're greasy, unless you overcook them or undercook them and they're just dough. Yeah, beignets is kind of the Cajun or French Louisiana version of Zappole, the Italian fried dough. So our question was, what is the Canadian colloquial name for cheese curd? And let's see, Janice Yamanaka said squeaky cheese or fromage and croûtes, which is very clever, Janice, because you covered both the English-speaking and the French-speaking Canadian names on there. I'm gonna have to give it to Ice Hand though. His is the best answer. I usually call my cheese curds Larry. Poutine is a good guess because they put cheese curds in the poutine, but poutine is a dish as opposed to just the cheese itself. It is in fact squeaky cheese. Did you know cheese curds squeak against the teeth when eaten, hence the name? Are you serious? Did you know cheese curds squeak against the teeth when eaten, hence the name? Duh. All right. Whatever. Let's see. Oh, we were talking about Cafe du Monde. Okay. All right. So that covers our snacky snacks. Now we're going to get into our crispy snacks, I guess, or crispy crunchy snacks. Let's put it that way. Not like crispy crunchy chicken. How many of you guys have had crispy crunchy chicken? Show of hands. How many of you have had crispy crunchy chicken? I don't know if it's a national chain or not. I think it might be. The thing about crispy crunchy chicken is they don't have like a brick and mortar where you can get crispy crunchy chicken. They don't have like a drive-through. Typically, you'll find crispy crunchy chicken in convenience stores, liquor stores, places like that. They usually have like a little stand setup where they do crispy crunchy chicken, but just kind of like a show of hands or something. If you had crispy crunchy chicken before, and I think it's a K, crispy with a K, crunchy with a K, no third K, thank God. All right, so the question is, before we start into our crunchy, crispy snacks, is bagels are very popular in the US, but which country did they actually originate from? Again, bagels are very popular in the US, but which country did they actually originate from? That goes over there, and let's do these. Let's see, I think there's some spicy ones in here. We have a flaming hot one. We have two flaming hot ones. We have a habanero one. Everything's hot. No, this one's not. This one, well, not hot per se. Move over here. Thank you. These are Andy Capps. We've done Andy Capps before. Janice, you've done a lot of Andy Capps. I think you really like the Andy Capp stuff, if I'm not mistaken. These are Andy Capps barbecue fries. Andy Capps is a product line that was launched by Goodmark Foods, which was founded in 1970. Goodmark was the originator of Slim Jims, which were created by Adolph Levy's. In 1970, General Mills acquired Jesse Jones Sausage Company, which was combined with Slim Jim to form Goodmark Foods. They're headquartered in Raleigh, North Carolina. Andy Capps, the Andy Capps product line, was created in 1971. Now, if you guys are not familiar with Andy Capp, that's this guy here. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it was a cartoon, and it was written, I want to say the guy's name was Al Capp. Al is his first name, and Capp, C-A-P-P, just like Andy Capp. But Andy Capp, maybe it was like a British, because I think it was British, and I think he was kind of like this pub drunkard. Andy Capp was, and I don't know if the comic is still out or not. The comic strip is still out or not, but that's Andy Capp right there. So some of you might recognize him from comics, but the product line as Andy Capps was created in 1971. Goodmark Foods doesn't exist any longer either. It was acquired by ConAgra Foods, which everything was acquired by ConAgra Foods. But this is barbecue flavors. This taste the oven baked crunch, 3 exciting flavors. Well, actually, this would make 4 exciting flavors. They do hot fries, cheddar fries, and barbecue fries. I thought maybe there was another one, but maybe not. So again, open it from the bottom, especially because these are barbecues, so all that flavor is going to be on the bottom. Never had crispy crunchy chicken, but there's one near us. We've been meaning to go. Go when it's busy. So in other words, if you go in there and you see the chicken and it looks like it's been sitting there for a long time, don't get it. But go when they're like go at a time when they're like, if you just happen to go in there and it looks like they're making the chicken, or it looks like they just made the chicken, then get it. The reason I say that is because I made the mistake of getting it, and I don't know how long it had been sitting there, but I brought it home to film, and it was not good. So it was cold and greasy and not good. But I understand, like Quincy, Q the Critic. He loves crispy, crunchy chicken. So my guess is he's gotten it at places where it's been like really good, but we did not, apparently, when we did it. I want to give it another shot, but like you haven't not gone yet. I'm waiting to see when when they've just made it, or if it hasn't been sitting there for a long time, and I want to try it. Andy Capp is a bit problematic today, as he has history of wife beating in his comics. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. A lot of stuff that happened in comics and in general that you just can't do anymore. So, wow, it smells like smoke. And when I say it smells like smoke, it doesn't smell like barbecue smoke. It smells like a house fire smoke. And if any of you have ever had a house fire, like you've ever had been maybe next door to a house that's caught fire, that smell of smoke, that's the smell of smoke that comes from here. Like food smoke, like smoke in food, barbecue smoke smells different. This smells like house fire smoke. That's weird. I suppose I could look at the ingredients, but now, let's see, do they add smoke to that? Because it definitely smells like smoke. Ingredients: degermed yellow cornmeal, vegetable oil. Let's see, dried potatoes, water, sugar, maltodextrin, less than 2% of salt, dextrose, spice, molasses powder, tomato powder, onion powder, yeast extract, paprika, TBHQ, whatever that is, garlic powder, citric acid, because there's citric acid in everything. Natural flavor, including smoke. There we go. Mono and diglycerides, oleoresin, paprika, whey powder, contains smoke. So you can smell the smoke. I like these. They're light and crispy. But that's, all the Andy Capp fries are. Janice, have you done the barbecue ones? I know you've done, I think you've done both of the other ones, correct? Am I correct in saying that? These, the best place to find these are convenience stores, especially like gas station convenience stores. I found these at AM/PM, which is a local, I think it's a Southern California convenience store. And I think they're in Arco gas station, so I'm not mistaken. Cheesy flavor. I don't really taste the potato that much. You do get that barbecue sauce flavor too. Not too salty. Maybe slightly greasy. Done 6 Andy Capp flavors. They're saying 3. I don't know. I guess you can find that at 5 below. I'll have to check that out because I didn't know there was 6. We've done. I'm trying to go. I'll have to go back and figure out which ones we've already done because I know we did. I think we might have done 2 other Andy Capp fries. Very light, airy, crispy, kind of like a more crunchier version of Cheetos Puffs. So it's somewhere between the baked Cheetos and the Cheetos Puffs, somewhere between there, that texture. A little bit gritty, not in a bad way. Nice cheese flavor, nice smoke flavor, nice barbecue flavor. Thumbs up. Little thumbs up. Thumbs up. So yeah, that's going to get a thumbs up. All right. Our question was, bagels are very popular in the US, but which country did they actually originate from? Let's see. What the guesses were there. Ice Hand says France. Janice Humanakis says Poland. Those look like the only guesses. It is, in fact, Poland. Did you know the word bagel derives from the Yiddish word begal, which means ring? If you like it, put a ring on it. Or you should have put a ring on it or something. I don't know. This is a musical thing, but you know that song? What was it? Put a ring on it, whatever the name that's for all the single ladies, I think is what it's called. And I think it's Beyonce. I don't know, but I think it is. I think it's Beyonce, and I think it's called For All the Single Ladies. And especially the chorus, which says, if you, what is it? You should have put a ring on it or something like that. Listen to that. Don't listen to the lyrics, but listen to the music to that. It is Dancing with Myself by Billy Idol / Gen X. It's the same thing. Especially the bridge going into the chorus and the except she does something different, but it's essentially Billy Idol's song, Dancing with Myself. Does anyone disagree with that? with that assessment? All right. I don't see people talking right now, so I'm just hoping I didn't lose anybody. We're still live, right? Yes. All right. Let's read another card. Go into another snack. The question is: both Australia and New Zealand. Hi, Doodle. Both Australia and New Zealand claim to have invented the name for which coffee in the 1980s? Again, both Australia and New Zealand claim to have invented the name for which coffee in the 1980s? We're still live. All right, Janice, thank you. Okay, let's do, the rest are going to be flaming hot. Let's do the habanero one because I have a feeling that even though it's habanero, it's not going to be as hot as the flaming hot ones. This is Pepe's. Pepe's El Original is the product line. It is from Rudolph Foods. It's Pepe's El Original Habanero Estilo Casero Gigante. Estilo Casero Gigante, which means giant home style pork cracklings. Now, who can tell me the difference between chicharron and or like pork skins and pork cracklings? Because there is a difference. This is from Rudolph Foods. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Foods. Rudolph Foods was founded in 1955 by John Rudolph in Lima, Ohio. I think you're live, but then again, zombie Val's diet wouldn't be too different than regular Val's. That's true. No. I could be a zombie. Pork cracklings have fat. You are absolutely correct, Miguel. They leave the fat on it for pork cracklings. I'm having connectivity issues here, but I think it's just my end. I hope so. Nobody else has said that they've seen. Hi, Doodle. Doodle, I can give you another one of your snacks. Here, come here. Say hi to Bear. Say hi to everybody. If you're here, you got to say hi. You got to say hi when you come in. Right? You can't ignore your adoring public. Right? They expect to see you. They just tolerate me so that you can show up and they get to see you, Doodle. You know that, right? You do know that, right? Right? They come here to see you. All right. So I gave you a half of a snack before. I'm going to give you a half of a snack now, and that's going to have to be it, okay? Because then you won't eat your food. I wouldn't eat your food either, but that's just me. But I would eat these. These are good. Janice says hi, Doodle. I can't tell if he says hi. He doesn't really talk much. You want that? He doesn't want that. And off he goes. No loyalty. His loyalty lies with snacks. Well, so does ours today. And you guys, of course. All right. We asked the question. We got sidetracked by Doodle. Oh, I'm sorry, these. Estilo, Casero, Gigante, giant homestyle pork cracklings from Rudolph Foods. Founded in Lima, Ohio by John Rudolph, so it's not just a catchy name, in 1955. And so these are habanero flavored. Chicharrones con grasa. Grasa is fat. Let's see. I hope it's not artificial habanero flavor. We'll see. Ingredients: pork fat with attached skin, as opposed to skin with attached fat. Pork fat with attached skin, salt, spice, maltodextrin, sugar, onion powder, garlic powder, torula yeast, citric acid, because there's citric acid in everything. What else? Sunflower oil, chili extract. Okay, there we go. So it does have habanero on it. Vinegar, paprika, but it's an extract. That's going to be hot. Sunflower oil, chili extract, vinegar, paprika, oleoresin, yeast extract, medium chain triglycerides, whatever the hell that means. Habanero extract. So it has chili extract and habanero extract. Smoke flavoring. All right. Sounds interesting. 0 carbs. Yeah, right. Does it say 0 carbs on it? I don't think so. It's gluten-free. That's kind of a footy smell to it. Uh-oh, my phone is ringing. It must be an issue only I can take care of. Haley wants to know if you dip your dumb fries in molasses. That's a city joke. Like when you're traveling down I-95 to go to South Carolina and you pass through Manassas and Dumfries. I don't know how you pronounce that, but it looks like dumb fries. We have to eat those dumb fries again. Yeah, kind of odd smell, kind of odd footy smell. Decent texture, a little powdery. All right, it has chili extract and habanero extract, and I'm saying to myself, where's the heat? That piece didn't have any. I do, Haley. I do dip my dumb fries in Manassas. And yes, Janice, I am eating rocks. If Claudia is watching right now, she's punching whoever's sitting next to her. Let's kind of get our thumbs in the middle. Flavor's decent, a little powdery, maybe a little too much powdery. Nice, I mean, as you can hear, nice crunch, nice flavor. But where's the heat? It has habanero extract and chili extract. Where's the heat? There's like a little bit of a burn, tiny little bit of a burn. Unlike the barbecue fries, like the barbecue fries, I opened that up and I got smoke right off the bat. Got smoke. These have smoke in them. I didn't get smoke. I get smoke flavor. They're just not spicy. It's supposed to be habanero extract. It has no excuse not to be spicy. Thumbs in the middle on that one. Again, they're not bad, but where's the heat? It's just not there. Mother giving me a death stare. Was this something I ate? Okay. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. I love Terra chips. Those are good. They're vegetable chips. If anybody's not had those Terra chips, they take different vegetables. They slice them and fry them. So they're not potato chips. They're different vegetables, like root. I think they're all root vegetables, if I'm not mistaken. That's the name, Terra chips, of course. But they're actually pretty good. I do like those too. Yeah, they're loud, Jules. The question was, both Australia and New Zealand claim to have invented the name for which coffee in the 1980s? That seemed like so long ago. Let's see. Janice says flat white. Greg Wells says flat. Well, Greg, you better get this one. Greg Wells says flat white. I think those are the only guesses, and it is in fact flat white. So yeah, I knew you would know that, Greg. Did you know the word coffee is derived from the Kaffa zone in southwestern Ethiopia? Did you know that? Did you know that? I knew that, and you didn't. I didn't know that, and maybe you did. I don't know. All righty. So what do we got? We got 2 snacks left. How are we doing on time? Oh, we got half an hour left. We're good. We're great. Not just good. We're just great. Let's see which one of these I want to do next. They're both. All right, let's do these. These are new. So these could have been an episode. I just decided to do them on the live stream. These are new. So these are Doritos. I don't know how they mean for these to be pronounced. I'm going to say Dinamita. I don't know. I don't know how these are supposed to be pronounced. So it's a rolled tortilla chip. And maybe it's supposed to look like a stick of dynamite, and maybe it's supposed to be really hot, which is why they call it that. What I really think this is, the bottom line is what I really think this is. I really think this is Doritos' way of doing Takis. It's essentially that's what they look like. I think they're just kind of like a competition for Takis. So let's see. Oh, okay. So let's talk about Doritos. In 1966, Doritos became the first tortilla chip available nationally in the United States. Again, they were from Frito-Lay. The initial flavor was toasted corn, and then in 1967 they introduced taco, and in 1972 they introduced nacho cheese. That's nacho cheese. That's nacho cheese. The original product was made at the Casa de Fritos, now known as Rancho del Zocalo, at Disneyland in Anaheim, California. Do you know where that is, Janet? I know, Janice, you spend a lot of time in Disneyland. Are you familiar with that? I guess it used to be called Casa de Fritos, and it's now called Rancho del Zocalo. Are you familiar with that, Janice? Because pronounced in Spanish, it's the Sabor logo in the corner. Oh yeah, I did see that, but it was Doritos, so I don't know. So it'd be like Dinamitas. I think in Spanish that would be Dinamitas. That's what I'm going to call it. So, Janice, did you catch that though? Are you familiar with the Rancho del Zocalo, which is the used to be Casa de Fritos? Rancho del Zocalo is next to Big Thunder Mountain. Okay, so you have been there. Do they have Doritos there? They're like Andy Capp texture. I have not tried them, and not good. Well, don't spoil it for me, Jules. I want to not enjoy them myself. So the original product was made at Casa de Fritos at Disneyland during the 1960s, using surplus tortillas and taking the original idea from the traditional Mexican snack known as totopa. The company-owned restaurant cut them up, fried them, and added basic seasoning. Arch West, who was vice president and marketing of Frito-Lay at the time, made a deal in 1964 with Alex Foods, provider of many items for Casa de Fritos at Disneyland, and produced the chips for a short time regionally before it was overwhelmed by volume and Frito-Lay moved the production to its Tulsa plant. So, Doritos has been around for a while, but this is Doritos Dinamitas, and I don't know how long they've been around. Oh, so they have the Dinamita, which says it's extremely hot. They're flaming hot queso. Now they don't sell the chips because they're in bags, and they make their own tortilla chips. Well, which are probably better, I would think. These have a spicy smell. And I don't mean spicy like chili spicy. It has a spicy smell. The only thing I don't like about Flamin' Hot is it has kind of an artificial heat. It doesn't taste like chilies. It just tastes like maybe it's something made with extract. They're smaller and more tightly packed than Takis. Yep, there's that Flamin' Hot heat. Where's the cheese, though? These will turn my tongue red. I like the texture. I've never had the Dinamitas before. I want the texture. There's the Flamin' Hot. The Flamin' Hot creeps up on you and stays. They could amp up the cheese. If it's supposed to be nacho cheese flavor, they could amp that up a little bit. Nice crunch. These are pretty good. They're not as artificial tasting as some Flamin' Hot stuff. The queso is light. I'm going to go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It was pretty good. Thumbs up. Maybe not an enthusiastic thumbs up, but a thumbs up nonetheless. Now, I just want to interrupt 1 second because somebody, I can't remember who it was, somebody said that they no longer see the Pocky haunted ghost pepper chips in the stores anymore. And they're popular at most. I think if you want the small bag, which you should definitely go to the small bag, you can get a large bag at grocery stores. But the small bags, the single serving bags, which for me is the large bag, the single serving bag is mostly convenience stores, Circle K, places like that, 7-Eleven. But they were saying that they didn't see them anymore, and they were wondering. And they went to their web. They went to Pocky's website, and they don't even see it on the website anymore. But I will tell you that when I was at AM/PM getting some of these snacks the other day, I actually saw them there. So I know they're still out there. I just don't know why they're unavailable in some places. But I still do see them. Gonna have red mouth and hands. Yep. Not the hands so much because I wiped it on my pants. I think there are 3 or 4 Dinamita flavors now. I think there's even more than that, Janice. I think there's even more than that. This is the first time I've tried them. I've never tried them before. They don't sell they don't sell the chips because they're in bags. So they make. Oh, okay, we already got that. Saw the Pocky Ghost pepper chips at Five Below yesterday. Yeah, I saw that. Like I said, I saw them at AM/PM. So I know that they're still out there. Jules, do you still see them like when you go into the Circle K that's over there by Irving? You still see the Haunted Ghost pepper chips? I'm going to read a card, but I think I already did. So we're good there. We do have, let's see, 1 snack left. All right, that's right. And this is fun. I always like doing the Frito-Lay stuff from Mexico. This is definitely from Mexico. You know how you can tell when you're doing one of the Mexican ones. I imagine like some of the northern states and everything, you're not going to get these, but here in Southern California, you get the Mexican stuff all the time. The one way you can tell the ones made in Mexico is that you'll see this, right? So there's exceso calorías. I don't have to tell you what that means. And exceso sodio. I don't think I have to tell you what that means either. I will if you want me to. And this is based on the Secretaria de Salud, Secretary of Health. These are Cheetos, Xtra Flamin Hot, Nueva Imagen, which just means new image, new look. But we haven't tried these before. These are the Mexican ones. The Mexican ones do differ. So let's go ahead and read a card. If I can get this thing out here, they're all stuck together. There we go. No, but Five Below has lots. Yeah. But maybe we should buy them up. On a Chicago-style deep dish pizza, what ingredient is placed on top of the crust first? On a Chicago-style deep dish pizza, what ingredient is placed on top of the crust first? There we go. Now, I thought this was interesting, this little thing here. So this says, this product is not a product authorized by the United States trademark owner for importation and is physically and materially different than the authorized product. It says authorized product, but it means authorized, but the authorized product. So basically what this is saying is, yeah, it says Cheetos and it says Cheetos Xtra Flamin Hot, but they're not necessarily the same as American Cheetos Xtra Flamin Hot. So that was interesting. It is a corn snack, chili, pepper, and cheese artificially flavored. Well, we got that. And down there is botana, which is snacks. So they're just saying they're snacks. Let's see. Some of these from Mexico will have that Proposition 65 warning on there. I don't see it on this one. Let's see. Does it have citric acid? That's all I'm interested in. Does it have citric acid? It does, because there's citric acid in everything. Cheese is on the bottom and sauce is on the top. Potatoes are last. That's an interesting smell. Have a look at those. They look like Flamin' Hot Cheetos, but these are extra Flamin' Hot. These don't taste like the baked ones. They're not as crunchy as the baked ones. And they're not as hot as the other Flamin' Hot stuff. They're not even as hot as what was the other Flamin' Hot stuff we did? The Dinamitas. They're not even that hot. Tried those a while ago, but just released a video about a week ago of these. my favorite Mexican Frito-Lay product is the chorizo flavored Fritos, which you do have a Proposition 65 warning on them. These are pretty good. These are better than American Flamin Hot Cheetos. Now it says Extra Flamin Hot. They're not Extra Flamin Hot. They're not as Flamin Hot as Flamin Hot, which is I find kind of odd. Wait, there it is. This is a slow build on that. Kind of, I get like vinegar. I get salt. But again, it doesn't really have that artificial, flavor that most Flamin' Hot stuff does. I'm just wetting a napkin here so I can get that red stuff off my fingers. See what I said? Yes. They're not, well, but you didn't like them, Jules, and they're not that bad. I think they're better than they're better than the regular Flaming Hot Cheetos. Let's put it that way. I think the Mexican Flaming Hot Cheetos appear to be better than the regular ones. But the extra part, they're not really extra hot. So I'm going to give it a thumbs in the middle. I like them better than the American Flamin' Hot Cheetos, but they're not as flaming hot. They're not extra flaming hot, so they kind of miss that mark. So I'm going to say, thumbs in the middle on that one. So let's go back to our question. Our question was, yeah, the northern states go get them. People forget to pack them. What was that I was going to bring up last? Oh, the Fritos. Remind me, Jules, before I come up. Remind me to bring those up because I want you to try those. So definitely remind me to get those. And I know they have those at AMPM because they saw them the other day. On a Chicago-style deep dish pizza, what ingredient is placed on top of the crust first? I think you all got that. Their answer is cheese. You guys all said cheese. Cheese first. I got that thing where the powder goes to my throat. Hang on. Did you know Pizzeria Uno is considered to be the birthplace of Chicago-style deep dish pizza? Now, a lot of people criticize Pizzeria Uno. So they started out in Chicago, and there still is the original Pizzeria Uno, and their second store, which was Pizzeria Due in Chicago. But they eventually branched out all over the country. So they opened up like Pizzeria Unos all over the country. Their deep dish pizza was okay. It was just kind of like, but it's much different than the original. But that's the same as everything. It's sort of like in the Boston area, you had Pizzeria Regina's. The Regina's opened up in the North End. It opened up a long time ago. It's very old. They opened up in the North End, and if you eat it in the North End, it's going to be much different than any of the other Pizzeria Regina's you can eat at, and it's all over New England. I mean, there's just like tons of it all over New England. For some reason, the franchise is it's not quite as good as the original. So I would say I have eaten at Pizzeria Uno, and I've actually eaten at Due. So the story behind that is my favorite pizza, my favorite Chicago deep dish pizza is Gino's East. So, and Gino's East has been open for a long time. I would like to go to Chicago to do an episode on Gino's East, but I think they opened in Gino's East here. I might go there and just see if how it compares to the Chicago one. Because anytime I went to Chicago, always went to Gino's East every single time. The very last time I was in Chicago, I was only in there for one day. I had to go to a customer one day and then fly out the next day. So after I finished work, I went to Gino's East for my favorite pizza, my favorite deep dish pizza. Put it that way. And when I went there, they were closed. And the guy at the door says, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but we're closed for a Christmas party." And I said, I came from Austin, Texas. Came all the way from Austin, Texas. I'm only here tonight, and I wanted I wanted Gino's East pizza. And he says, "Yeah, I'm really sorry, but we're closed because of a thing." So I guess I looked disappointed at him. He goes, "Let me make a suggestion for you. Why don't you go up the street and try Pizzeria Due? They're really good." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, sure." So I go to Pizzeria Due. They're not really busy, and I get a table, and the guy says, "Well, how did you hear about us?" And I said, "You were recommended by Gino's East." And he says, "What?" And I said, yeah, you were recommended by Gino's East. Apparently they're closed for a Christmas party, and they suggested that I come to Due's. And he goes, oh, okay. It was really good. It was really good. But Uno's and Due's in Chicago, the original Uno's and the original Due's in Chicago don't really taste a lot like the franchises all over the country. And I think they changed the name to something like Uno Chicago Grill or something along those lines. And then a lot of them closed. Jules, are there still a lot of Uno's in the Boston area? I remember there used to be one, the one we took Allie to when they had a temperature of 104 degrees or something. That was in Harvard Square. And then there used to be one, this is when we used to go up, I want to say Route 1. There used to be one up on Route 1. And the one at the Circle in Revere. There used to be one in the Circle Revere. But dude, that is so your luck. Yes, it is so my luck. But have they closed a lot of the Pizzeria Uno's? Are they opening new ones? I think maybe they're in malls now or something. Do you know, Jules? Maybe you don't know. All righty. So we have gone through our snacks. We've gone through our beverage. So you guys know what time is it? What time is it, kids? What time is it, kids? Now somebody's going to say it's 2:51. What time is it, kids? Anybody? Yes, Ice Hand, you are correct. Miguel Rangel, it's 4:51. Yes, Janice. Yes, Ice Hand, you are correct. It is time for Goop Melange. All right, here we go. So this is going to be interesting. I have a cutting board. I'm going to need that for like the jackfruit and stuff. So let's start with that. And I need a knife, and I have a knife. So we're going to start with our jackfruit in brine with mint, not mint. What was it? Lime. All right, I'm going to start with that. I don't know how I haven't gotten that all over the floor yet. I don't know how fine I have to get this, but that's a lot of jackfruit. Yeah. In you go. In you go. All righty. Only a few here and there left, going the way of Friendly's. Friendly's isn't completely gone though. I know there's a Friendly's at Logan Airport because I always see that when I'm going in or out. I do see Friendly's at Logan Airport. They actually you can actually get Friendly's ice cream here, Jules. So out in Southern California, I think mostly like the what is it, grocery outlet. They do have Friendly's ice cream in there. So anyone in Southern California, you've seen Friendly's ice cream. That is a New England, a Boston area ice cream parlor chain that used to be huge, like Brigham's used to be huge. Brigham is another one. I think I've actually seen Brigham's ice cream too, which is really weird because they went out of business a long, long time ago. Let's see, that ought to be enough olives. This is going to be a weird concoction for certain. Let me cut these olives up. I don't know how I haven't managed to get this all over the floor yet. Janice said Goop a million years. Well, I recognize Janice for saying it. Or I mean, she said Goop a million years. Or she said Goop Melange a million years ago, like before she said it just now. There's the olives. Let's see what else. Oh, our Vienna sausage with barbecue sauce. Because that's the kind of guy I am. Did we lose Tom? He's been quiet. I don't know why Vienna sausage reminds me of Tom, but it does. And not for the reason you think. Get your mind out of the gutter. Do they sell Brigham ice cream at Market Basket? Speaking of Market Basket, Jules, I found another place that's supposed to be like the go-to place for beach pizza, but it's in, I want to say it's in Salisbury. So we're going to have to try that when I come up as well. All right, we got that. Let's see. What else? There was, our squash flowers. Where did you go? Oh, here you are. I'm just eating some food. No worries. We just thought we lost you. We have Grub Warp, who just walked in. Grub Warp, you are just in time for the Goop Mélange. So if you missed everything else, you get everything in one bite with the Goop Mélange. That sounds like an ad. You get everything in one bite with Goop Mélange. I don't know what that thing is. It's like a seed or something. That's weird. Looks like a squid. Hopefully it doesn't taste like a squid. Let's cut that up. So far, this is wet work. All right, now we're down to the dry stuff. So we got our barbecue fries. I have a feeling this is going to make them soggy, but it's all right. All right, that ought to be enough. I don't know how. I got barbecue fries all over my fingers. This one, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to have really good luck breaking that apart, but we'll see. Oh, there we go. All right, we're good. Baked habanero. Pork cracklings. I need to bring a finger bowl, not a bowl full of fingers, but a bowl with water in it so I can wash my fingers. Tom is reminding me, so he just sent me an invitation that we are recording some Georgian Pudgy this afternoon. So hopefully you'll have some new Georgian Pudgy later on. If you have not checked out the Georgian Pudgy show, which is on Tom's The Old Guy Radio Players, I think is what he calls it, YouTube channel. Tom, put up a link to that, will you? So Tom has a channel called The Old Guy Radio Players, and we have a show called Georgian Pudgy. That's a lot of fun to do, and we're going to be recording some more episodes for that tonight. So or right after this live stream. So that's going to be fun. We'll have some more of those for you in the weeks coming up. Where's that finger bowl when I really? Oh, you're gonna laugh. Make a finger bowl. At least I think it's called a finger bowl. When in Rome, do as the romantics do. All right, there we go. Well, and I think we got one left. Which one didn't we do? The Cheetos, the Dinamitas. I like the way those smell. If they're open, Salisbury is a seasonal place. Oh yeah, that's true. Jules, do you know if the new Salem Lowe's is open? Because Salem Lowe's typically would close on Columbus Day, which is October 12th, or Columbus Day weekend. But and I don't know if you guys remember or not. So we did. It was a Salem, Massachusetts episode for Halloween one year. I think it was 2 years ago. And we went to Salem Lowe's, which is at Salem Willows, because They are, to the best of my knowledge, the only place in the country that is making, is it chow mein sandwiches? Chow mein sandwiches, I think it is. And they went out of business. So they had to close. The guy who owned it forever. And he retired and they closed it. But somebody bought it and brought it back. But I don't know what their hours are. And I'm kind of interested to go and see, you know, are the chopped suey sandwiches. Chopped suey sandwiches, I'm sorry. If the chopped suey sandwiches are as good as the way they used to be. And I don't know that. So I thought maybe we would check that out. But I think it may be a seasonal thing as well. And I think they may close on I don't know, because they're owned by somebody else. They might be open all year round. I don't know. Jules, can you check that out to see if Salem Lowe's is open in the winter? The reason they may not be is because it's on the beach. Oh, it's not on the beach. It's on the coast. It's on the coast in Salem. And in the winter, it's pretty damn cold out there. All right, so here we go. Gout Mélange featuring everything that you love and most of the stuff that you don't. Here we go. The bubbles will wash it off. It does a great job. I'm going to do that from now on. I'm going to bring some of the seltzer or sparkling water and put it in a bowl, and I'm going to use it as I think I got some red still there, but that's okay. So Tom just posted the link there. That is for his channel, which is the Old Guy Radio Players, which is different than Old Guy in Colorado, and where we featured the Georgian Pachi show. So be sure to check that out. Also, subscribe to that channel as well. And anytime there's a new Georgian Pachi episode that comes out, you'll know about it. All right. I want you got a little bit of that Flamin' Hot, I think. I want you guys to guess what you think the most prominent flavor in here is. Not open right now. That makes sense. What do you think the most prominent flavor in here is? Nope, it's not the jackfruit. Good guess, though. I'm getting little bits of the blue cheese and olive. There's the squash flour. The wet stuff is more prominent. The Flamin' Hot stuff doesn't show up too much. There's smoke in two products. I'm not really getting a lot of the smoke flavor. Not getting any of the nacho cheese flavor. I was going to say I'm not getting in the habanero flavor, but I wasn't getting those when I was eating the pork cracklins. Yes, Janice, you are correct. The prominent flavor in here is Vienna sausage. I have no idea why. That's just bizarre. The prominent flavor is, in fact, Vienna sausage. You are correct. While not completely horrible, the wet stuff makes the crunchy stuff soggy. So the texture is not great. And the flavor is eh. So I'm going to say thumbs in the middle, trending downward. It's on its way south. Thumbs in the middle, trending downward. I would not do that again. Again, the wet and the dry don't really mix very well, so it's not very good. These guys opened in Rockingham Mall. People get their grilled octopus. Oh, grilled octopus. We have to get grilled octopus, Jules. I will definitely check that out. Jules, send me that link also. Text me that link as well. So, yeah, thumbs in the middle, trending downward on that one. So, once again, I thank you for joining us. Again, we have a bunch of stuff going on. I'm not sure. Let's see. What is next Sunday? Next Sunday is the 28th. So, we will probably be live streaming the 28th, but we probably are not on the 4th. We might on the 3rd, which is Saturday, but I'll have to find out about that, because on the 4th we're doing a bunch of filming with Matt and Michelle, and maybe even Claudia if she feels like doing it. So because they're coming over here. So again, I thank you all. I apologize for the times when we do get inundated and unfortunately cannot do a live stream, because this is the time for me to connect with you and share stuff with you, and hopefully have you guys share stuff with me. So I thank you so much. It as I say always, and I actually mean this, it is the high point of my week. I look forward to this every week, getting together with you guys. You're a great community. I couldn't ask for a better community, especially for a live stream. I was like, I've seen some of the ones, and I've seen sometimes where people have to ban stuff, and you guys are just great. You're interactive. I love to share your stories. Love to hear about you. Love to check to see how you guys are doing and everything. And everybody supports everybody else in here. So I think it's a great community, and I thank you for joining us, and I hope you will continue to do so. If you have not subscribed to our channel and you do enjoy our live streams and you do enjoy our episodes, then please do subscribe, because it helps us out, and like the videos, and also the other channels that we recommend to you. Janice Yamanaka's channel, which ironically is called Janice Yamanaka. Tom's channel, Old Guy in Colorado. So a lot of we do have support for a lot of other channels and everything. And if you want to know who they are, go to our community page. And I'm not on the community page, on the main page. And on the main page, it says featured channels. Go in there and you can see who all they are. So make sure you give them some love and enjoy them like I do. And I think you will. So please do that. And other than that, it's just another week. And for some people, a lot of snow, ice, and all kinds of fun stuff. So you just have to be careful out there. So would love to tell you, and I want you to know that I care about you all, and I want you to take care of yourselves, but I do want you to take care of other people as well. You know, people who can't take care of themselves, and you can help out with that. And we will see you soon, hopefully very soon. So thank you all. Thank you all for your support, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.